Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In a shocking twist that feels ripped straight from the pages of a scandalous courtroom drama, Sister Wives star Kody Brown has once again found himself at the center of controversy. Only this time it isn't about money, property lines at Coyote Pass, or the fallout of his failed plural marriage. It's about a bizarre, chilling, and frankly disturbing system he reportedly used for years to measure the wives in his life, something insiders, and now even legal filings are calling Kody's loyalty scorecard. For years, rumors circulated among fans and even within the Brown family itself that Kody kept an invisible checklist in his head, ranking the wives based on obedience, respect, compliance, and their willingness to put him above themselves, their kids, and even above their own happiness. But now, due to a judge's ruling connected to a legal proceeding regarding property disputes and testimonies tied to Coyote Pass, Kody has been forced to reveal just how real and toxic this so-called loyalty scorecard actually was, and the details have left fans and critics speechless. According to documents reviewed by multiple outlets and leaks from sources close to the courtroom, Kody created a twisted set of categories that he allegedly used to grade his wives, Christine, Janelle, Meri, and Robyn, over the course of their marriages, and those categories included shocking labels like obedience, defiance, public respect, family harmony, dispute level, and even sacrifice for the cause. This was not a kind husband making light-hearted notes. Rather, it was a patriarch trying to control his wives in a systematic way and reduce their spiritual and emotional worth to cold, calculated numbers. The judge overseeing the dispute reportedly demanded that Kody disclose documents and private writings after Christine and Janelle's attorneys hinted that Kody had a system of measurement that unfairly impacted how resources, love, and property were divided among the wives. And while Kody tried to resist disclosure at every turn, court pressure forced him to hand over notes and statements, and the revelations were more damning than anyone expected. In these notes, Kody allegedly bragged that Robyn consistently scored the highest in loyalty because she never undermined him publicly and always defended him in front of the kids, while Meri, despite being the first wife, often scored the lowest because she challenged him, sought independence, and resisted submission. While Christine, the wife who ultimately left him first, allegedly suffered years of being docked on her loyalty score because she criticized his bond with Robyn and undermined his patriarchal authority in front of the children. Janelle, who was practical and independent, was ranked somewhere in the middle. However, she frequently lost points for making financial decisions without consulting him. Christine, on the other hand, was the wife who ultimately left him first. Given how frequently the show has hinted at favoritism, manipulation, and emotional imbalance in Kody's relationships, those who have been following the Sister Wives saga for years were shocked but not entirely surprised. Still, the notion that he was literally quantifying loyalty in writing has taken the scandal to a new level, with many branding it sick, toxic, and evidence of emotional abuse. Court transcripts reveal that when pressed about the scorecard, Kody became defensive, insisting that it wasn't meant to be cruel but was a tool to help him understand the dynamics of plural marriage. Yet even the judge reportedly raised an eyebrow, suggesting that such a system was less about understanding and more about control. Christine, who has made it clear why she is leaving, reportedly broke down in court and talked about how she always felt like she could never be as good as Robyn. Now the evidence of a literal ranking system proved how much she hurt, which shocked even her supporters. Janelle, pragmatic as ever, testified that she suspected Kody had a mental list, but never imagined he had written notes, explaining that his favoritism toward Robyn became so obvious that the rest of us were competing in a race we could never win. Meri, who has often been portrayed as trying to hold on to scraps of a failed relationship, was said to have looked both humiliated and furious when learning that her low scores were being used against her, and she reportedly snapped in court that love isn't supposed to be conditional or transactional. As for Robyn, sources claim she defended Kody, saying he was only trying to survive the chaos of plural marriage, but fans online were quick to point out that her high scores on the loyalty scorecard made her defense self-serving at best. The revelations have sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives fandom, with social media exploding in outrage, TikTok creators dissecting every leaked category of the scorecard, and Reddit threads filled with fans saying this revelation is the final nail in the coffin for Kody's reputation. Critics argue that this scorecard explains nearly every toxic dynamic that unfolded on the show. The constant perception that Robyn was the favorite, the growing resentment from Christine and Janelle, and the crushing isolation Meri felt as she was pushed out of the family emotionally long before her divorce was finalized. Analysts of reality TV dynamics are even weighing in, suggesting that TLC may have to decide whether to continue portraying Kody in future seasons now that his manipulative tactics are documented in such a disturbing way. Some fans believe this revelation could actually spell the end of Sister Wives as a series, while others think TLC will milk the scandal for ratings, highlighting the scorecard as the ultimate evidence of Kody's downfall. Meanwhile, Kody's defenders, though fewer than ever, are trying to argue that any patriarch in a plural marriage must keep track of balance somehow. But even many of those defenders admit that reducing relationships to numbers crosses a line. What makes the loyalty scorecard even more disturbing is that it wasn't just about the wives. Leaked notes suggest Kody also made references to which children respected his authority, and which ones were influenced by their mother's defiance, meaning the system may have extended into the next generation of Browns. For example, court sources allege that Kody wrote notes about how some of Christine's kids absorbed her disrespect and therefore lowered her score, effectively blaming children for the tension he created. Such revelations have reignited discussions about the well-being of the Brown children and how growing up in such a system could have lasting psychological effects. Family therapists commenting on the case have called Kody's behavior deeply unhealthy and classic narcissistic control, pointing out that grading loyalty creates a power imbalance that is impossible to sustain in a loving family environment. Fans are also revisiting old episodes with new eyes, pointing to scenes where Kody chastised Christine for not respecting Robyn, or where he accused Janelle of being too independent, and now interpreting those moments as direct reflections of the loyalty scorecard categories. The judge's decision to force disclosure has also raised legal questions, as attorneys for Janelle and Christine are reportedly considering whether the scorecard could be used to prove unfair distribution of property and assets, since favoritism toward Robyn could explain why financial decisions often benefited her household more than the others. The ruling has been described as unprecedented in the world of reality TV families, with experts saying it's rare to see personal psychological tools exposed in court this way. But the Browns have never been a normal family, and this latest twist just adds to the bizarre saga of polygamy, reality TV, divorce, and dysfunction. For Kody, this revelation might be the most humiliating blow yet, because it doesn't just expose financial mismanagement or broken marriages. It exposes the mindset that has poisoned his relationships for decades. Many fans are pondering the next step as they process the shocking information on the scorecard. Will TLC dare to include the scorecard in subsequent episodes? Will Robyn continue to defend him, even as her reputation crumbles further? In light of the fact that the system was set up against Meri, Janelle, and Christine from the beginning, will they ever find closure? One thing is certain. This judge's decision has forever altered the Sister Wives universe, and the shocking truth about Kody's loyalty scorecard will be remembered as one of the most shocking revelations in the long and dramatic history of the show.